All right, we're working on 2011 Hyundai Sante. Doing front strut on the driver's side. Same procedure for both sides, but what you're gonna have to do is, I first off start by removing this little grommets for the wheel speed sensor harness. It just sits in this bracket on the strut. So you just pull that off. I take a 10mm bolt out of this harness bracket that bolts to the body. That's gonna give you some more slack. Then we need to remove our sway bar link. So it should be a 19mm nut. Once you get the nut off, the sway bar link comes out. Now, if the thread's really rusty, this stud may spin. That's why I've got the vice grips on there. So when that's in there, it just keeps the stud from spinning. Then once that's out of the road, we've got to unbolt our knuckle from the strut. So it's just 2 bolts. On the bolt side of the head, it's going to be 17mm, and then the nuts are 19mm. So once we get those off and pull them out, we can separate the knuckle from the actual strut. And that pretty much brings us to this point, which we will then undo the 3 nuts that are located at the top of the strut in the engine compartment. They are all 14mm. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take those off. What I like to do is leave the last one, the easiest to access bolt, so that all we have to do is just literally hold the shock like this, undo our last nut, and then we can take our shock out. And just watch it doesn't get caught on the wheel speed sensor harness or the brake hose. You can see this spring's obviously broken, that's why we're changing it. There's a bunch of different aftermarket companies that make complete struts. If you go to the dealership, they're gonna sell you all the individual pieces, and then the strut will need to be assembled. So that's why it's easier just to buy these. These are quick struts. They're probably one of the most common brands that you can buy a complete strut assembly from. Depending on where you buy them, you can get them from anywhere between $150 each, upwards of $600 each. Okay, now we're ready to install our strut. So we just feed this up in here, same way it came out. And then you just gotta try to find the holes, basically. You might be able to see the studs from the top side. And then once you get that in there, just hold it in place. Get your nuts just started. You can even just get one started. And we can buzz these down. And we're gonna go ahead and torque all this stuff, so I'm gonna go get some specs, I'll let you know. All right, these 3 nuts at the top, we're gonna torque those down to 35 foot-pounds. And then we can go ahead and lift this thing up. We'll throw the strut in the bottom with the 2 bolts that go through. Those bolts are gonna get torqued to 115 foot-pounds. All right, so trick for you. If we put the bolts in this way so that the nuts are facing forwards, then it's gonna be easier for you to work on as far as tightening these things down, only because the lower bolt, the brake hose tends to get in the way. So get those kind of started in there, and then we can get our nuts put on. Get these tightened down to 115 foot-pounds. And I guess we might as well throw our sway bar link in now at this point in time. And that gets torqued down to 75 foot-pounds. And we can throw this back on here. This is just a snug fit. I don't really have a torque spec for you. It's probably not much. 17 mil wrench so we can keep the bolt from spinning. Okay, we'll get torque wrench and snug those down. Okay, now we can snug this down. I believe it is also, yes, it is also a 19 millimeter. I'm just gonna spray some lube on those threads to help that nut install better. You can see this nut is actually, it's a nylock nut, so there's like a plastic sleeve that's on the inside. It's supposed to help keep the nut from backing off. They're a one-time use thing, but it's not a big deal if we reuse it. All right, now we'll torque it down, 75 foot-pounds. I might have to hold it, I think it's spinning. There we go. And last but not least, we just have this piece to go on. This is our ABS harness. And that's pretty much it. We got to put the wheel on yet. The one other thing I didn't show you is there's a rubber cap that sits on the top of the strut. It just sits in here and it keeps moisture and stuff from getting in the top of the strut. Yours may be missing. Somebody took them off and didn't bring them back, put them back on. But let's get the wheel on here. We'll tighten the wheel up. All right, so the spec for these wheel nuts is 80 foot-pounds. I personally like to go to 100 myself. 5-star pattern. And then this is the cap that I was telling you about. It just literally pops on there. And that's how it sits. So that's pretty much it for the video. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have. And if you like the video, if it helps, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.
Should you get an alignment and swap both at the same time?
Yeah, you should probably do, it's a good rule of thumb to do both at the same time and then have a 4-wheel alignment performed, because with ride height changes, the higher up it goes, the lower down it goes. That's going to change the toe of the vehicle, which can contribute to poor handling and also tire wear. So as a professional recommendation, I would say definitely do both at the same time and have a 4-wheel alignment done.